began. Yeah, all right. Thanks. I'll also record, or let me see. Okay. No, it's
he is recording.
Yeah. Okay. So my journey of zero medicine wisdom began in 2006. Till then, I had for my family 4 boxes of medicine, the small chest kind of thing. Because that time I was a pakka scientific bent of mine. For everything, medical checkup. But by fortune, there was a neighbor who was a mysterious doctor. He was MBBS, MD with a PhD, but I could see an acupuncture board there. Later, that board changed to Healing Through Faith. And there was yet another board which says appointment fee 5,000 rupees. So even though I was curious, it took me many years to even dare to meet him, because 5,000 to make an entry in 2004 and 3 is too much. But later, his son and my brother's son were, cricketers. So I got a free appointment. There was a reason for seeking appointment. It was not for any sickness. It was to study what he is, based on what is he teaching. Then that appointment led me for almost 3 months of daily meeting him. He was inviting me at 5 o'clock in the morning. I would invariably go at 5:30. And he was explaining the source from which he was sharing this insight. So he had, in any case, during the first year of college itself, he had denounced medical science, he and his brother. This is Dr. Fazlur Rahman, and his brother was Siddiq Jamal. Both of them were Stanley Medical College students, and they saw their studies itself based on fraudulent. So they created, furor in the college, but then the colleagues were, don't you want the degree? So somehow they pulled along and completed their MBBS, but they continued their denouncing of medical science, but somehow they anyway completed, because their father was a former, senior advocate of Supreme Court. So under his fear, they had to complete the course. But they did it with vengeance, that they will someday, destroy this falsehood. But the whole world is functioning based on that. And there are many heartful doctors, they know that they have got caught. So now comes I learned the spiritual side of his theory, but when it came to my turn, my daughter one day had 1 week fever. And then I asked her, shall we check with this doctor whom we had invited home once? She said, Papa, I won't be convinced. The typical bias which we have regarding our scientific belief. But I don't mind going. And this doctor said, she'll be okay in 2 days. Friends, she was having fever for a whole week, and she was already anti-medicine. So I was trying those days, honey, and she had cold and cough and throat infection. So I was giving her honey and haldi mixture. And for a whole week, nothing happened, and the fever continued. So when I went and met him, the receptionist sent me a note of 5,000, seeing which my daughter immediately decided, if doctor says, so the medical doctor asks that, Zainab, from now on, no honey and haldi and no more doctors. Immediately my daughter said, no, I want doctor. So she refused, because she was probably wanting to save her father's money. Then we went to our regular doctor. His name is Sadayappan, Dr. Sadayappan, another medical doctor, very nice person. And this person gave her 5 days of tablets, 3 or 4 different tablets. And he said that she has to take tablets for, almost 5 days and so on. But my daughter wanted to go to Kodaikanal for a school trip, which was going to be in another, say, after 3 days. And this doctor promised she'll recover in 2 days. So we asked this doctor, can she go for the trip? Then this doctor said, come on, man, how can you expect her to go for the trip? Then after taking the prescription, I asked this doctor, but doctor, we just went to one faith doctor, a doctor who does faith healing, and he said she'll recover in 2 days. To my surprise, Sadayappan told me that, look, you guys have kept patients for one whole week. Now I have given my prescription. If you want to try it out, try it out. One day will not matter. Then my daughter was greedy to go. So she said, okay, Papa, we'll go. So we came back to this doctor. And now the answer to Dipti and Bithika both starts now. All right. Because both of you have children who have suffered fever and cold and cough. So our discussion starts now. Okay. So when we came back, this doctor said, okay. He asked his receptionist to get an A4 paper and asked my daughter, what is normal temperature? And she wrote 98.4. Then this doctor asked, suppose if it becomes 100, what does it mean? Then it is temperature increase. What is temperature? Heat. What is heat? She said energy. Now, is increase in energy is heat. So is increase in energy good or bad? Naturally, she said good. What do you say, Bithika? Increase in energy is good? Yeah.
Probably depend on the type of energy, I'm not sure.
Yeah, all right. Dipti, increase, yeah. But here it was, bluntly asked, so increase in energy is good. So now your body is experiencing increase in energy. That means something inside is fighting. There is a destructive force which your body is fighting. So is that good or bad? Then my daughter replied, it's good. So will you let it fight? Yes. When your body is fighting a disease force, it wants you to relax totally. It wants you to rest. Will you rest? Yes. It will not let you take any food because you will not feel hungry. Will you stay out of food? She said, yes. Then he said, so Zainab, now till your fever subsides, you will not take any food at all. And with that, to make it short, we came back and she followed that religiously. And my wife was very angry. So 2 days, she did not take any food at all. And third day, we found the fever decreasing. Till the 2 days, the fever remained in one level. Third day, all the other things which she had glanced, everything started going away. And at the end of the third day in the evening, everything became normal and she got her life energy back. And as expected, she was able to travel. So friends, the message here is fever is very good for our body. It is the fever that fights the disease force and restores your life energy. The person who follows fever can never get any further ailments in the days to come. Fever kills the cancer. So fever, in other words, conclusion is fever is a healing force. So I can make you go through some presentation, but in the meantime, if there's any question, I'll stop for a while.
Saify sir, I don't have a question. I just wanted to check. There's a lot of movement of your camera, which is slightly disturbing. Your device is shaking a lot. Is it possible?
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I've been putting my hand on the table. All right. Is that okay now?
Yeah, that's better. Thank you. Thank you.
Good for pointing it out. Okay. So it seems nobody has questions. Fever has been. Bithika, yes.
For smaller children, I am not sure if it is a myth, but it has been doing rounds since I was little that, if you let the fever go beyond 103 or 104, convulsions might happen, sir pe chad jayega, things of that sort. So
Yeah.
what exactly is that?
Yeah, I know this is the fear given to us by the system, because if you cannot, if you believe in it so much, then they will have nothing to say. No, no, dear. Increase in fever means increase in energy. One lady had 107 fever. With that, her cancer was destroyed. She was in the last stage and she was brought home that she won't recover. So she was recovering from cancer. Basically, she was supposed to die from cancer, the last stage. But she, by God's grace, she developed fever, and that was 107. 2 thermometers were checked. This was 1985. And later, it seems she started moving normally. From the bed rest, she started getting down and making tea herself. What was expected that she won't survive for even a week, she ended up 6 months past and she started making chapati. Then when they took her back to hospital, they said she doesn't have cancer. Later it was found by a newspaper in Japan, this is 1985, that cancer cells die in high temperature, high fever. Now what you must do if you have fever, when you have fever, you must stop intake of any food or any deviation. Fever must be totally respected. You must take total rest. That's number one. And so much so that if your child or any one of you is having fever, nobody should even disturb you, because that is the time the whole body is fighting. You cannot nudge the body, can't go and inquire, are you feeling okay? Because you are tiring them, you are weakening them. So allow them to be undisturbed, enjoy the wonderful healing that is happening. It's like a maid or a team which has come to clean your house. You have to vacate the house, isn't it? You can't be again coming with your slippers and shoes inside. They'll get annoyed. Let them clean it completely. So during fever, not only the whole cleaning process happens, but during the night when you are actually recovering, you will have joint pain. Now, this joint pain is nothing but a flag march by the army, the defense team. They will first clean your body and all the hidden antigens. They will capture them from all the joints, and then you will find at the end of third or fourth day or fifth day, you will find new flexibility in your whole body. Even your joint pain will go away. All your chronic problem will go away. One single instance of lovely long-standing fever. So we would say, treat fever as a festival. Celebrate it. Later, when we came to know the secret, this was 18 years ago. After that, on and off, we all had fever. And the moment we'll have fever, like my younger daughter would say, Papa, I'm having fever, my immunity is improving. So she'll be delighted. All right. So I will take you through this presentation on fever and also.
I have a question.
Yeah.
I just wanted to inquire, even like water is not to be given to the child?
No. During fever, so much of heat is generated that you will more and more you'll require sips of water. The child will ask. So you must always have a good water. You know what kind of water? I request all of you to have mud pot water. So that is full of life.
Mud pot water.
Yeah. So if you don't have mud pot at home, start having it one. Okay. And how should you drink water?
Okay.
Just watch.
Yes, please continue.
Yeah. Now see, Neha.
Please continue.
How to drink water. This is also very important. Always take water in the sip form, like this. Keep your lips closed, take sip, and keep it closed, and enjoy the water. in your mouth and then let it go. Never drink like this. If you drink like that, you will have multiple problems. One is a gas problem, and also it is very harmful. So always sit down and enjoy water as if you are enjoying tea, and keep your lips closed. The actual subject we will study later. But as of now, since some of you are already having children in fever, so I'm giving a short, direct answer.
Sir, I have a question.
Okay, Ranjana.
We get fever because of many reasons. One could be viral fever, or it could be typhoid, or it could be a normal fever. So does this rule apply for all fever? How do we even get to know what kind of fever we are suffering from?
Okay, I will answer this question in a little different way. All right. Who are you? I'm asking you.
Who am I?
Yeah.
I am a human being.
Luckily, you gave a good answer. All right. Suppose if you would have said Ranjana,
Okay.
then I would have asked Bitika, and she would have mentioned, I am Bitika. Then Nurjaha would have said, I am Nurjaha. And Neha would say. So now these are the names given to you, okay?
Yes.
Now Bitika can say, I am a Muslim girl, and Ranjana may say, I'm so and so girl. I am a Christian girl, I'm a Hindu girl, and I am from this caste, and I'm this creed, I'm from US. So different people will say, right? But the true answer is, each one is nothing but a human organism. Am I right?
Yes.
And what is the characteristic of human organism? They all get hungry. They all need food, right?
Yes.
A baby which is born, whichever mother it is born, from whichever culture, immediately it wants breast milk, right? Yeah.
Yes.
So now that explains that whatever name of disease which is given is identical to the names given to us. There is, according to this doctor, medical doctor, he said there is no disease. These are names given, and now what is true is fever. So whether it is, if I see any of you as a child, oh, lovely human child, it needs food. That is what we understand. We do not name you differently. So this is where the goof up comes. By naming and dividing us into characters, it is all cooked up. We are all having the same trait, same need. As per Dr. Maslow's hierarchy of need, we all need food and shelter. We all need love and affection. We all need self-actualization. We all need dignity, isn't it? So that is uniformly the same. Now we have been told, no, we are all different. No, we are all same. We just need to integrate and expand our consciousness. And that makes things wonderful. So, did you get this?
Yes.
Yeah. Now this explains that there are no disease. We will. I have a question for all of you. We are all experiencing this life. We have come from one same source, aren't we? Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So now my question to you is, the source that originated all of us, did it not know how to sustain us? See, the originator, the source, created the whole universe, and every plants, animal, worms, insect, everything functions by his design. Are we any different from them? So does the originator need outside help to sustain us? Does it require chemicals? He didn't know that he sent us with some disease and we need some vaccine. Is it possible? So now if you ponder on that and show devotion and trust to the Creator, you will know that you are a self-sustained human being, because Creator, when he designs, he never makes mistake. You know, today, if an automobile is to be manufactured by a reputed brand, if it makes mistake, it will call back, no? Hey, the clutch was not good, so we want it back. So how can Creator create malfunctioning? So friends, the message is that all good is from Almighty, the Creator, and all bad is from us. Everything that has gone wrong with us and the body, whether it is our children's birth, everything is because of what we have done to ourselves. And whatever we may have done, yet God constantly wants to restore us. So this is the zero medicine wisdom, that God does not require you to take any medicine for. Don't think that he is not awake in the night or he's not awake in the daytime. He knows every second of the Creator is all the time conscious. And we can take rest, but the Creator doesn't need rest. Atma na kabhi marti hai, na kabhi paida hoti hai. Higher consciousness is functioning in your sleep. All right. So I know this subject is so very different that those who have understood it has totally given up medical science, and those who are yet to understand will soon, when they understand, will give it up. So if you want, I'll take you through a formal presentation on all the symptoms.
I would like to, excuse me, I would like to have a question regarding this. If the child is breastfeeding, then how to manage it?
Why? There's nothing to manage. Allow the child to function.
Okay, means if the child demands for milk, then should be given?
Yeah, child,
Okay.
of course. Whatever the
Thanks.
child demands, then you can trust the child.
Yes, and the session is extremely wonderful.
Sorry.
I'm loving it.
1 minute.
Yeah.
This is only applicable for breastfeeding child, okay?
Yes.
Okay.
For the infants. Yeah.
Yeah. There's one small clarification to be done there. All right, friends, I would like you to know that for infant, the message is like this, that when the infant cries for the first time, give, using a very comfortable spoon, give drops of water for the first time. Okay? Place it near the lips and give water. And when the baby cries second time, then give the breast milk. Is that okay?
Is this right after birth?
Yeah, even after birth.
Okay.
See, what happens is, there is a misconception. The pediatrician says mother's breast has got water, so don't worry about it. But according to this doctor's teaching, no, water is a totally different thing. Water is required by the spleen and food is required by the liver. So it explains water is more difficult to digest. So you must devotedly give water first, and then let the baby ask for, again cry, then you give breast milk. This way, the baby will not suffer any colic pain, which is quite common among infants. So this, we are going on the clinical side, but that was just because you asked. Is there anything else?
No, this was my query, and really loving the session. Thank you so much. I'm feeling blessed to join it.
Yeah, I too. I'm so happy that so many of you are there, and it is real blessing that this wisdom is being shared. Sorry? Yeah. All right. So friends.
Saify sir, sorry, but I have a small question again.
Yeah.
I
Yes,
just want
Neha.
to know whether the fever is in adults or in children. Uh, how do we rest? Like, I'm not asking you the literal process, but what I'm trying to say is, बहुत उलझन होती है शरीर को. Like, you don't want to lie down, you don't want to sit, your head is heavy, you don't have the energy to walk. Children get very restless, very cranky. So हम अपने आप को फिर भी एक पोजीशन में लाके रख सकते हैं, बट बच्चों को कैसे संभालें? खुद को भी, like mentally, how do we tell ourselves not to function? I mean, we're not able to function, that our body is telling us already, but we're feeling very, very difficult to, just lie down. That is one thing. And second, जैसे कहते हैं कि बहुत तेज फीवर होता है तो पंखा चला दो, पट्टियां रख दो, AC चला दो. So is that something that we should do, or we shouldn't do that also? We should just leave it.
Yeah, you guessed it. You said it right, the last sentence. Just leave it. See, Neha, today what we are discussing is too short a session because we are countering 8 years of medical science, MBBS, MD. So my request to you is get initiated into this, then please don't leave this session. I don't say that I want to sell my program, but I would like all of you to actually become facilitator. So catch me with or without payment, but make sure you have one-to-ones and get a deep dive into this understanding. Okay. Now, just to answer you, Neha, the day your mind changes and your heart is at peace. Okay. Now, as you are listening to me, you, like a while ago, a lady said she's still feeling very blessed. Now, when you feel blessed and you realize, oh, my son has or daughter has got fever, wow, you'll say, I'm blessed. She is fighting the disease force. Now, your devotion to God comes in. Your blessing feels. The child feels it. The child can see the mother is not anxious. Now, that permeates. Yeah. So here again, I will repeat the same question I asked in our first online meet, that how many of you, think that seeing is believing? Yeah. You can unmute and ask. How many of you think that seeing is believing?
For me, to see is believing, sir, and I also get fooled a lot because of that at times.
Okay. All right. Nitika, what about you? Is seeing believing?
I have stopped using the terms belief and disbelief actually since I got initiated to some spiritual practices. So I only believe in, okay, I'm using the word believe again. So yeah, I only believe in experiencing it.
Lovely. Yeah, that's what I normally do in my session. Okay, so let me straight away come to the point. Most of you here, I know, will say seeing is not believing because seeing is many times deceptive. The medical reports are deceptive, but your experience is different. Medical report may say, "Hare, your urea level is so high, your what's that group, and so many things. BP is so high, but you are feeling normal." Yeah, and they frighten you. How did you walk so easily? There have been cases where a person went for heart checkup. Oh, you must get admitted immediately, and they put you in stretcher, but you walked all the steps on your own. So the point here is, seeing is not believing, but your experience is true. So the next thing that, as I'm talking to you, most of you are feeling very satisfied with this so far the session. You feel blessed. Why? Because what you actually truly know from within, which you are conditioned, and you stop believing in yourself. So you started believing in seeing what you have been conditioned to. Today, you are coming back to your original truth, which is within you. So now we are changing. It is not seeing is believing, but believing is seeing. Now, the moment you start believing in yourself, you start seeing things differently. How can, simple, we start like this. How can the one who created me not know how to sustain me? How can somebody tell me that you are requiring this vaccine and that vaccine? A mother, even when the child is, in the womb, they start going for UT scan and checkup. And the doctor will say, the head is on this side and the leg is on this side, and you're all the time watching. You're getting frightened. You start believing in seeing. Whereas in your womb, you should feel so satisfied that God has chosen you as a mother to bring out a gift of God. And if you feel blessed with the gift, you can be in bliss. You can keep on thanking. You can keep on doing bhajan like Meera. You can keep on, doing lovely, graceful yoga positions. I don't mean to say do exercise, but you can be in union with satisfaction that you. So this birth itself is a beautiful process. If you are made to believe what is within you, that you have been chosen by God to deliver a baby, you will be in bliss. Now the fear will go away. But somehow our system is, no, go for checkup. Then you, instead of enjoying motherhood, you are experiencing frightenedhood. And from there, all garbar starts. And after that, you are a victim of somebody else telling you whether you are right or you are wrong, your baby is wrong, and as if God doesn't exist. God didn't know how to create. All right. So second point we have to understand is, I normally, in my direct program, I will ask this 3 questions. Do you want to control your disease or do you want to cure it? Most people will answer cure. Then second question I'll ask, do you want a permanent recovery or temporary relief? Most people will say permanent recovery. Then third question I'll ask, will you trust your own experience or experts' opinion? Most people will answer own experience. There you are. The moment you have answered, you want cure, you want permanent recovery, not temporary relief, and you want to trust your own experience. From there, your true journey starts, safe journey starts. So do not reject your own feeling. My question is, do not go by somebody showing you some report and frightening you. Go by your own inner sense guiding you. If somebody is going to frighten you, all kinds of thoughts will come, but feeling guides you. Don't trust the thoughts that are frightening you. Thoughts are like whispers. Somebody else tells you something, then you start thinking right and wrong, but you are sensing differently. Why are we discussing so much? Just be in your sense. Is that okay? So can I give you a run through of the, now let's see if somebody is telling that what is disease. Okay, I have a question to all of you. One by one you can answer. What is disease? Who would like to answer?
Any state of discomfort
Okay.
that is stuck with you.
Anybody else?
Absence of ease.
Yeah, absolutely. Nitin's answer is very good, absence of ease. Then,
Indicator that you have lost tune with nature somehow.
yeah. Okay. So now absence of,
I also feel that disease is like how Bitika very rightly said, something, if a cold and cough is happening again and again, or if some sort of an ailment is happening to you again and again, there is some sort of indication that the body is trying to tell you that there's something wrong that you're doing.
absolutely.
Khana
There you
pina ho sakta hai, maybe the environment. There is something that has to change, and
Yeah.
you only have to change that, obviously.
There you are. That makes Neha a very good facilitator for me. You answered correctly. So friends, this is the secret, okay? All the symptoms that you experience which are giving you discomfort, that is exactly in the words of Neha, that is a sign that your body is telling you are doing something wrong to me. Hey, mind it. What are you up to? Why are you not heeding me? Why are you feeding me when I am not hungry? Why you are not letting me rest when I am tired? Why are you exercising me when I don't want to? Why are you making me take water when I don't need to? Some people have spread in WhatsApp message, take so many glasses of water in the morning. They'll only spoil their kidney. Take water only when you are thirsty. Take food only when you are hungry. And how to take that also we'll cover today. And definitely take rest. Who is asking you to reject? So when you reject body's need, then body rebels against you and shows signs of discomfort and makes you lose ease. Now your mind is lost ease. Now body says, come on, behave yourself. But what we do, we are conditioned to believe and we rush to doctor. And doctor, what he does, he kills your mind. He tells the mind to keep quiet. He says, oh body, I will suppress you. So you are experiencing suppression of all body's need, and then the disease worsens. So this is, as most of you have rightly said, is loss of ease, which is guiding you. You must question, why did you lose ease? Okay. See, I'm talking too much, but if I give you a slight run through, it will be good. Shall I? Okay.
Whatever you feel.
Okay. If there is question, I'll answer. Then I'll take you to run through, because somewhere, continuous talk, you also need now relaxation. So just enjoy this run through. Okay. You can order it to me. This is the book, Zero Medicine. And this I wrote 15 years ago. But now what I teach is much advanced than what I have written in the book, because that book was my experience. Okay. So it contains all this. Say, for example, this is any abnormal, would anybody like to read this so I can keep my voice a little relaxed? Neha?
Yes, sir. Any abnormal experiences such as pain, fever, cold, cough, vomiting, nausea, diarrhea, allergy, and dizziness. Most people panic, isn't it? Why do people panic?
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead.
We have been taught that these symptoms of disease, that these are symptoms of disease. So we rush to a doctor who we believe is in the know of things and can help us. What does the doctor do? The doctor responds to our panic and impatience. We want quick relief, and he displays much urgency to resolve the problem of his patients. It must be immediately attended to, says the doctor to our satisfaction, orders various tests, administers and prescribes
happening. Okay. Now go ahead.
However, are abnormal experiences in the body actually symptoms of disease? Is it really necessary for us to panic and rush to the doctor in such situations? Were we to ponder for a moment upon why such abnormalities occur, our common sense would guide us not to panic, but to treat the situation with patience. We would then realize the truth that symptoms are actually a sign of healing process. All we need to maintain is patience during such abnormal experiences and let the body go through the process of its smooth and eventual healing.
Yeah. See, Divya, Neha, common sense is the word given. So here there are common people have gone. Now only sense have remained. So there is a difference between following your sense and following your conditioning. Now the tribal peoples, you see, they follow sense. But we, the educated people, have been conditioned to follow our education and the thoughts given by our our education. So we have stopped sensing ourselves and we have started thinking ourselves. So this is where things go wrong. We have to go back to sensing ourselves. Is that okay? So sensing is wisdom and thoughts is deviation. Okay, so we go ahead next. Yes, Neha.
Symptoms and their healing process. Pain guides the body. Fever fights the disease force. Cold protects the lungs. Allergy radiates away bad energy. Vomiting ejects toxic energy. Diarrhea flushes out toxic waste. Dizziness puts you on hold to take rest.
So now this sounds too simple, no? For all the reason which we were worrying, that is now actually not something to worry, but you should feel delighted. When any of these things happening, now your mind is changing. Earlier, your mind was conditioned that this is something to worry. Now we are realizing, oh, this is something to feel relaxed. That if allergy is there, that means some bad energy is radiating away. I need to get acclimatized with the situation. Some itchiness is happening. Something is getting out of my body. So this can be in detail explained in our subsequent session. But as of now, this gives you relief. This is not something to get frightened. This is something to get delighted. Oh, my body is functioning well. Because you are a live body, all this is happening. Because the live body wants to correct itself. It's all part of self-defense. Okay. So what do we do in any of these symptoms? The only thing that we need to do is this one.
The message of the symptoms is like a billboard that reads, stop, work in progress.
Yeah. So stop means take total rest. Okay. Take total rest. Now
Having
this is
realized that the symptoms are nothing but an inbuilt healing mechanism in the body, should I still rush to a doctor and take medicines? Would medicines help me in finding a cure? From the insight I have gained so far, wouldn't my answer be no to such medicine?
there you are. This book is now over. The title says no to medicines, means this is zero medicine wisdom. All right. Now, friends, it is easy to agree in such a short time no to medicine, but then when you are put to test, then all kinds of fear comes in. So this, even though it is true that zero medicine is an understanding we have reached because what we have been reminded of, it is the truth guiding, but we have family members who have been conditioned. If you say no to medicine, they will they will shout at you. Some reports they will show and they'll frighten you, isn't it? So sometimes it is not in your hand. Even if your child says, no, mommy, don't give me medicine, you will force. There have been instances on that. Okay. And sometimes the patient, the person who is having fever, he says, don't give me anything. But wife will say, thoda chai to pee lo na, kuch bhi nahi khaya subah se. 2 din se kuch nahi khaya. No, as long as there is fever, they will not like anything. So you will not give anything till the fever totally subsides. Then you wait for another 24 hours. The lips will become dry, scales will get formed. And when the scales get formed, then you know that you are victorious. The moment scales are formed in the lips, that means the fever is totally gone. Because till the fever is there, there'll be softness in the lips. Sometimes you get alternate day fever. Are you aware that viral fever, so-called malarial fever, it comes alternate days? Have you noticed that? Yeah. So what happens? Some people think next day they have recovered. No. Till the lips have become scaly and dry, they don't believe that you have recovered. When the sign of it is in the lips, the softness will go away and it will be dry. That means you are totally recovered. And after that, you can, wet your lips and gargle water with water, and then take half a cup of water happily. Earlier you were taking sips. Now you take proper half a glass of water. After that, wait for 6 hours and take little, like in South, we take half idli. That will be enough to satisfy you. And by the end of the day, you can take full meal. With that, your energy is restored. And the restoration will be so fantastic that complete energy will be back. Your flexibility will improve. Your body will become like spring. You'll feel, wow, so much of energy. That also will go to prove that food does not give you energy. It is the life, a cured life, that gives you energy. A purified body gives you energy. A purified life gives you energy. Don't ever imagine food gives you energy. When the energy is back, that time it will integrate with food to continue growing. But first it has to purify. After purify, only growth. So now the question is, don't even see if Neha, and this message is to all of us, as we reach here, do not even say, oh, let me try it out. Will you say, let me try it out, Neha?
No, sir.
Why?
I'm thinking that sometimes when we have fever or when kids have fever, they still ask for food, like little bit. Kuch khane ko de do. What is it that we do at that time? And like when you're saying कि नहीं ही देना है, कुछ नहीं देना, कुछ तो मन करता है खाने का, तो क्या करें?
नहीं लेना है. That is where that is a false hunger.
Okay.
If you delay for 15 minutes, it will go away.
Okay.
Okay, but my question is, will you say, let me try it out, or you'll say something after listening so much?
So all I'm saying to myself right now is that I need to do this when I or my kids or husband falls sick now, because I have seen this as a vicious cycle going on in my very small city, that children fall sick or I fall sick, and we go to doctors and we rush. We go to 3-4 doctors.
I'll stop you, Neha. Sorry, I'll stop you here. I'm not satisfied with your answer. Okay, let me see if somebody else is. Veena is there, and who else is there? My answer is, having come so far, what is your wish now? You want to try this out, or do you want to wish something else?
Definitely go with zero medicine.
Yeah, but my question is, okay, I'll tell you what's the catch here. Let me straight away come to the point, because we only have a 2-hour session. See, friends, your prayer now is, let me not ever come into this situation that I have to try it out? Can we submit to Almighty? You know, our praise can be, oh Almighty, when you are the creator and sustainer, why not I follow your guidance such that I remain healthy always? Why should I seek you when I fall sick? Why should I not take a stand or not falling sick itself? Now God is very happy. Yeah, Neha? Yeah. So friends, yeah, I can't hear you, Neha. Unmute and see.
No, sir, I'm saying I completely agree. Back of my mind, in short, यही एक sentence चल रहा है कि भगवान please ऐसी कोई situation नहीं आनी चाहिए.
There you
I'm
are.
going
You
to
know,
try to keep my.
yeah, yes, friends. I am one of the victim of this wrong habits. 18 years, I kept on experimenting. I had 5 fractures. I recovered from it. And I've gone through harrowing time. Let me not go on about it. What I learned is that there was a message, which it is a scriptural message. When I went to some harrowing, painful experience, a message was sent to me by a friend. Oh, you claim to be a believer. Do you think you will claim yourself to be a believer and God will not test you? Oh, he will test you so much that you and all the believers and the one who guided you will all cry for help. Then help will be near. But this is too much. I don't want to be put to test. Then those days I was taking zero medicine classes and I was being put to test. Let me not go on that. Too much of test. So it was very frightening, very, very painful, adhering to zero medicine. So then I asked, is there a situation where God will not put me to test? Then there is a scriptural verse which says, yes, if you heed me, then why will I put you in trouble? Why will I reprimand you? So now we must learn, we have to heed. So today, as I am talking to 41 of you, what is the message that we have to all together say? Okay, Saify, I don't want to experience any more symptoms. We will heed, because today you are healthy. So let greater health come. Why should you again go down? See, if going by no medicine, if anything goes wrong, you will adhere to no medicine. But I don't want you to do that, because that's a tension. There are so many forces that will frighten you. Your family will not cooperate. Your current doctor will tell you foolish people. Some quacks is telling you something and you want to believe it. You travel. Is our education waste? Are we 8 years of medical science is foolish? So you will be frightened. And you said, and you will not trust your own wisdom. So I don't want them to get a chance so that we become weak. So why don't we step ahead and learn something much better that we don't fall sick? Shall we? Then we will go to the next part. What makes us, already you know that it is loss of ease in the mind that makes us. So we go next. We come to, okay, Neha, you don't mind reading it again? Okay, then read this. Yeah.
What to do to lead a blissful life without medicine? I must know that the mind controls the body. Bodily discomfort is due to what is happening in the mind. Therefore, the medicine that can cure the body is that which heals the mind. Mind is violated by the loss of ease, thus the word disease. Disease gets healed when I free myself from that which is violating the mind.
Yeah, isn't it? So we have to now know our own mind.